For 22 years, we have been trying to forget Dungeons & Dragons' ill-fated movie from 2000. But after more than 2 decades of waiting, a light appeared at the end of the tunnel, as the popular tabletop game will get a second role. Very soon there will be brand new Dungeons & Dragons that can be compared even with Game of Thrones. Stay tuned, as we are bringing you all known details by now for the new Paramount Pictures movie. The story of the film is based on a fantasy table role-playing game that was originally designed by Gary Gygax and Dave Arneson in 1974. After the original, there were 10 publications of the game, the last one in 2014. The game experienced a huge revival and a 30% increase in sales during the pandemic. As we said in the beginning, it's hard to forget that Dungeons & Dragons adaptation that was a real flop back in 2000. Despite the presence of some talented actors and stars like Jeremy Irons, Justin Whalen, and Marlon Wayans, it is rated as a badly directed film with a cheap look. According to Rotten Tomatoes, the movie has only a 20% audience score. It was filmed with a budget of $45 million, and according to the box office, earned only $33.8 million worldwide. Despite being a total failure, the movie had a sequel in 2005 and another one in 2013. Dungeons & Dragons Wrath of the Dragon God, and Dungeons & Dragons 3 The Book of Vile Darkness. The first one earned only $1.7 million, and for the one from 2013 that was supposed to complete the trilogy, there isn't even information. Although, it's a real shame to comment like this for a cast like the one in the first movie. What can we do? It's not up to us. That's why the fans of the popular game from the past wanted so badly not only a remake, but a whole new movie. So that's what's going to happen, and it will be a real blast according to all by now known details. Follow our lead in continuation to find out why the new Dungeons & Dragons movie is one of the most anticipated movies. There was a lot that preceded the filming. The idea started back in 2013 when Warner Bros. Pictures announced a film based on D&D, but that's where the problem started, as Hasbro, an American multinational conglomerate with toys and board games, issued a lawsuit saying that they are co-producing D&D movie with Universal Pictures. Then, a couple of years later, the film was moved from Hasbro to Paramount Pictures. The movie was first scheduled to be released on July 23, 2021. Later, it was moved first to November 19th, then to May 2022, and finally, it was decided to hit the theaters in 2023. Filming began in April 2021, and the first scenes were made in Iceland. Almost 5 months later, John Francis Daley, one of the directors, announced that the filming was completed. While they are doing the post-production, the fans are counting the days until March 3, 2023, when D&D will have its premiere. With a cast like this, the movie will surely give the beloved game the second life it deserves. The leading roles in the new D&D movie will take the fantastic duo of Chris Pine and Michelle Rodriguez. They are roles that remain unnamed by now, but we are presuming that Pine will play the former thief Harper, and Rodriguez will be the barbarian woman. Also joining the cast is Regé-Jean Page, whose role is also unspecified. The two roles known by now are Sophia Lillis' Doric and Jason Wong's Dralis. It will be interesting to see Hugh Grant, who will be the main villain in the story, Forge Fletcher. In the other roles, we'll be watching Ansel Elgort, Justice Smith, Chloe Coleman, Daisy Head, and Nicholas Blaine. All in all, this is an extraordinary cast and crew that will surely bring a lot of joy and a great adventure for every D&D fan around the world. And this is not something that you can't believe, because you have a charmer in warrior roles like Chris Pine and Rodriguez, who is a queen for action and adventure movies. There is no doubt that the main star in the movie will be Chris Pine. He gets most of the attention so far, and there's a lot of expectation from him. According to him, the new D&D movie is a cross between Game of Thrones and The Princess Bride. When he spoke with Collider, he described his character as an ultimate party planner. This could mean that Pine will certainly be the dungeon master in the story. He also praised the directors, Jonathan Goldstein and John Daley, and said they had a lot of fun making the movie. Another star in the movie is the amazing Hugh Grant. The details about his character are tightly under wraps. As a main villain and antagonist, it is sure that he will be sharply dressed. For Regé-Jean Page, the movie will be a big relief for D&D fans everywhere, and he describes the script as a breath of fresh air. Page also shared a detail that his character will be Paladin in the film. While the details of the characters remain a mystery, We know the principal photography for the movie was made in Northern Ireland and Iceland. Recently, Paramount has announced that the upcoming D&D movie will be a starting point when it comes to the future of the franchise. This could mean that we are at the beginning of a maybe new 10 years adventure, just like Game of Thrones. A few months ago, there were rumors that Benedict Cumberbatch will also be involved in the movie, but nothing is confirmed so far. Also, fans on social media and Reddit are discussing the monsters they would like to see in the movie. In the discussions, we found a list of the top 9 monsters which are desired by the audience: Owlbear, Beholder, Mind Flayer, Mimic, Displacer Beast, Kobold, Leek, Red Dragon, and Tarrasque. Until we see the first video trailer of the movie, we must believe in the abilities of the directors. Goldstein and Daley both have a strong record of delivering visually competent movies. We saw that in Vacation in 2015 and 2018's Game Night. These two will surely add some dose of humor to the movie, as that's something to be expected. As the two directors said for THR, the movie won't be an out-and-out comedy, but an action fantasy film with a lot of comedic elements and characters. So when you have this much quantity of talent in front and behind the camera, it's more than sure that the mistakes made in the previous D&D movies will be overcome. The fans and film critics are getting impatient and nervous as there are still no specific details about how the story will go. They are questioning how the dice will roll this time in the movie that is supposed to be a real blockbuster in 2023. However, the official D&D movie synopsis reads as follows: an ex-thief made to escape from prison with his barbarian female friend and reunite with one wizard that doesn't have any talent. Together, they are after the cheating conman who stole their loot from the robbery that sends them behind bars. The cheater used the loot to install himself as the Lord of Neverwinter, but he is allied with the powerful Red Wizard. But will any of this mean something in the movie? At first, in their original script, the directors were planning to include large crowds, but due to the pandemic, these events were reimagined and rewrote. So, this could result in a very different movie than the one Daley and Goldstein originally had in mind. Let's hope they took all precautions and they won't make any mistakes. It seems that the new D&D movie will justify all expectations, and the 22 years of waiting for a new remake will be worth it. On a related note, what do you think of this movie so far? Do you think that the remake of D&D will overcome the mistakes in the previous films? What's your opinion on the cast in the new movie? Let us know in the comment section down below. If you liked the video, like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you'll never miss our next videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.